So, what if you could have a decentralized bank right there on Solana, one that's open to absolutely everyone? Well, that's the big promise behind a protocol called JST. And today, we're going to break down exactly what it is, how it all works, and what it could mean for the future of decentralized finance.
It's such a powerful idea, right? Making your crypto actually work for you. But for a lot of people, the whole world of on-chain credit and lending can feel like a total maze. You know the opportunity's there, but getting to it, not so simple. And that, right there, is a huge gap in the ecosystem. And this brings us to what people are calling Solana's credit gap. It's kind of a paradox, really, because you have this network that's famous for being super fast and having low fees, but there's this fundamental piece of the puzzle missing for anyone who wants to go a little deeper into DeFi.
So on one hand, you've got Solana, lightning fast, incredibly cheap to use. But on the other hand, you have the pretty complex world of DeFi lending, which, let's be honest, can feel intimidating. This disconnect is the exact problem that JST was built to solve.
Okay, so how do you bridge that gap? Well, this is where the JST protocol comes in. It's a platform built from the ground up to make DeFi lending accessible and, actually straightforward.
The best way to think about JST is like a financial Swiss Army knife for Solana. It's not just another lending platform, it's a whole system for borrowing, for lending, and for getting your hands on stablecoins, all designed to be as easy to use as possible.
So what does that actually let you do? Well, as you can see, you can completely cut out the middleman, the bank, and borrow directly. You can put your assets to work, earning you interest, you can lock up your crypto securely as collateral for a loan, and you can instantly get access to the platform's own stablecoins for liquidity. And that last part is really key. An algorithmic stablecoin just means it uses smart contracts to keep its value pegged to the dollar instead of having a bunch of real dollars sitting in a bank somewhere.
Okay, so that's the what. But how does this thing actually work under the hood? Let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the mechanics of using the JST platform.
The whole process is designed to be super simple. So, for example, let's say you deposit some collateral, maybe 1,000 USDC. The protocol then issues you a loan against that collateral. You can take those borrowed funds and do whatever you want with them. Then, when you repay the loan plus a little bit of interest, you actually get a reward for participating in the form of JST tokens.
And this really gets to the core of what the JST token is all about. It wasn't designed just to be another coin to trade. No, it's a critical part of the system's infrastructure. It has real, tangible utility baked right into the protocol. This chart here shows you exactly what that utility looks like. A huge chunk, 40%, is for governance, which gives token holders a direct say in how the protocol evolves. Another 35% is for staking rewards, which helps secure the whole platform. And the last 25%? That's used to incentivize users to provide liquidity, which is what keeps the whole engine running smoothly. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Where does JST fit into the bigger Solana ecosystem? And maybe more importantly, what are the potential risks we need to be thinking about?
So, what really makes JST different? Well, while a lot of other protocols on Solana focus on doing just one thing really well, like lending, JST's big differentiator is its all-in-one approach. By combining lending with its very own stablecoin, it creates this kind of self-contained ecosystem. You're borrowing liquidity that the protocol itself helps create and maintain, which in theory can make the entire system more robust.
And you can see this really clearly when you look at the competition. I mean, you've got protocols like Solend and Port Finance, which are heavy hitters in the lending space, and Jet also combines lending and stablecoins. But JST is trying to carve out its own niche by really focusing on being that super accessible, all-in-one solution for everybody. And it looks like this focus on accessibility is really paying off. The platform has seen some pretty significant growth in the number of JST token holders year after year. That points to a user base that's not just growing fast, but is also really engaged. And this growth isn't just a theory. I mean, these adoption metrics show real, tangible activity happening on the platform every single day. We're talking about a substantial amount of total value locked, a high number of active wallets interacting with the protocol, and a really consistent volume of daily loans. But, of course, no project is without its risks. For JST, its success is obviously tied to the overall health of the Solana network. It's facing some seriously stiff competition, and like any DeFi protocol, there's always the risk of a bug in the smart contracts. And finally, there's that ever-present question of future regulations, which could impact the entire crypto lending space.
So to tackle those risks, the protocol is really focused on building trust with its users through some key security measures.
Its smart contracts go through external audits, they have constant monitoring of all activity, and they rely on automatic liquidation protocols to make sure the system always stays solvent.
Okay, so with a pretty solid foundation in place, what's on the road ahead for Just? Where are they going from here?
Well, the project's roadmap gives us a pretty clear path forward. They're planning to expand the types of collateral you can use, integrate with more wallets to make it even easier to access, launch better incentive programs, and just keep refining the core algorithms that make the whole platform tick.
So this roadmap could lead to one of three potential futures. The best-case bullish scenario just becomes the go-to lending protocol on Solana. A more neutral outcome is that it carves out a stable, long-term niche for itself. But in a bear scenario, it could struggle to compete with bigger protocols and see its users move elsewhere.
But ultimately, if you boil it all down, the key takeaway is this. Just is trying to be more than just another DeFi protocol. It's positioning itself as a fundamental tool, the key that could unlock decentralized credit for everyone on Solana.
And this leaves us with a really fascinating question, not just for Just, but for the entire DeFi space. Is this kind of all-in-one integrated model going to become the new standard? The success or failure of protocols like Just might just give us the answer.